Yo, what's good? It's your boy Nainsky. So in today's video, we are going to be discussing why Rockstar possibly chose this particular symbol to utilize as part of the spiderweb mystery. Obviously, we have the webs that attach to these poles, but it's just, to me, it stands out as an interesting symbol because it doesn't look like a typical spider. But that being said, we are going to delve into a little bit as to why spiders have been important within Rockstar's past and previous games. So when it comes to the aspect of literal spiders within Red Redemption 2, there actually isn't any, other than the mention of this card, this collectible card. Now, there are a few things that we're going to do with this particular card and the wording that they've chose to use here, being the Black Widow spider. But one thing I want us to focus on, other than the aspect of a spider, is more so a widow or a Black Widow, okay? So, having a look at where we actually find this card, we will see that it's in the cabin with the bear. And next to it, we have a couple of interesting things. I'm not really going to delve on this too much, but just know that this is a matchstick brand where they've chose the devil as the logo for the matchstick brand. I wanted to bring up the matchsticks itself, spelling out the letters EC next to the Black Widow spider card. Some people have been wondering about what this EC could be. Now, I might have an answer for you guys in that I possibly found a very good connection that keeps the two of these things together, but also answers why they've used EC here. We have a character in the game by the name of Black Belle. Now, Black Belle she's a wanted woman, as we know, but we also have to recognize that she is a widow, okay? Her name is Maybelle Elizabeth Coulter, so we have EC showing up here. Could this be what Rockstar wanted us to find? Possibly. So let's have a look at her a little bit deeper. Now, we brought on up Belle before in my previous videos, but what we're going to look at here is that Black Belle, this character, was based off the famous outlaw Belle Starr. So we shoot for the stars and we actually got one, okay? The Belle Starr. This is very important because she was featured as a character in heaps of different shows, like a monotony of different types of media. But there was one that I found that stood out to me when I was looking things up, and that was Maverick. This is an old school show. I don't really expect anyone to know anything about it, but as we can see, Belle Starr was portrayed by Jean, and the main actor of this show, being Brett Maverick, his name is James Garner. Now, for those of you who haven't watched Wispy Wood stuff, this is why I always put his link in pretty much 90% of my videos, is because you need to go back and not only watch my older videos, but watch his and get up to speed as to what we're talking about here. This particular actor, James Garner, his most popular role was for the Rockford Files, and the Rockford Files brings us back to the Rockford Hills in Grand Theft Auto 5, where Michael lives. So, just in case we missed it, Rockstar gave us a second opportunity to notice another Black Widow, and that being through the character Ellie Ann Swan, or should I say, a bird. One thing about this character, even with her hair the color of rose, she has some very interesting ex-husbands' names. names that we've seen, such as Frank and even Willie, a dick reference. But we also have Henry and Howie, or HH. Now, H being the 8th letter of the alphabet gives us here 88. And if you think I'm making too much of a stretch with that, my question to you would be, why is it that they gave us this Hyperion typewriter with 88 next to the Black Widow card? That being said, one thing that we can understand about Hyperion is that Hyperion was a first-generation Greek Titan god. Okay, now Wispy has mentioned this particular god before, and I'll leave the link to that specific video in the description below if you want to watch it. But what the takeaway here is that he, as the son of Uranus and the father of Helios, is known to be, as his name implies, the Watcher from above.
Or otherwise, the eye in the sky.
Now, going from A to Z and back again, we can understand why Red Dead Revolver is important within the Widowmaker, the weapon that they give us. This is actually one of the stronger ones that you get throughout the game. But what's important about this particular weapon here is that they repeated the name of it within Grand Theft Auto Online. Okay, so Widowmaker being something that they wanted us to pay attention to. Having a look at what the Widowmaker is, it is a Merwin and Hubert Army Frontier 3rd model. Okay, this is the specific gun here. And what we're going to be looking at is how it has a notable appearance in the 1953 film Blowing Wild. So let's go have a look at what this is about, and we will see that Blowing Wild is a cowboy film. And in this film, we have a particular actor by the name of Mr. Bond.
Mr. Bond.
Who played Dutch. That is quite connective, if you ask me. Having a look at Mr. Bond's filmography, there is quite a lot to go through, but I've done the hard work for you, and he featured in a film called
Thunderbirds. Isn't that a bitch?
Here are some other notable mentions of weapons within Red Dead Revolver, being the lightning rifle and the Martillo del Dios. Now, for those of you who don't speak Spanish, this translates to the Hammer of God. And we've seen this Hammer of God before, tied to a lightning bolt and tied to turtles. So next, Red Dead Revolver is going to show us an area by the name of Widow's Patch. And we are looking at Widow's Patch to have a look at the inhabitants, namely being Ugly Chris and his ugly gang. Having a look at Chris and his gang, we're going to see a couple of interesting things. Chris is wearing the light blue shirt, tying us back to the same color as Epsilon, and also Chris through Chris Fromage. They're showing us the inversion of the light blue to the red as well. He's missing an eye and wears a red eye patch. But what's more important is some of his members being Charlie, Hancock, and even Chicken. Interesting. So again, we have more evidence as to show why a chicken or a rooster has been relevant since longer than GTA 5, and even going all the way back to, as we've mentioned, GTA 2, when Claude Speed was given the nickname by Billy Bob Bean. I mentioned this before in a different video, and Wispy's mentioned this over 10 years ago, but again, here is the evidence. So, why do we keep going back to GTA 2? Well, that's because GTA 2 has been giving us answers, and answers are sitting there waiting for you to find, such as this car being an arachnid, or also known as a spider. So, having a look further into this particular vehicle, it's going to show us that the arachnid is a two-door soft-top roadster. Okay, a roadster being a category of two-door soft-top cars. It can also be known as the name Spider or even Spider, with the spelling showing us a spy. A spy has been relevant through James Bond and even adaptations of James Bond, being Austin Powers and The Spy Who Shagged Me. This particular film and that Austin Powers film brought us many references through the Doomsday Heist, which gave us not only the fucking submarine car, but the fucking jetpack. Now, without getting too far off track, I want to keep it relevant, and that being that a spider is what brought us here. And a notable spider being a tarantula named Rosie, or the color of rose, was featured in a James Bond film, Dr. No. This specific spider is known as a pink toe.
Pink toe.
Tarantula. Pink. Pinkerton? Pinkman? I don't know. You decide. So, staying on the path of Tarantula being shown to us through significant key references and clues that have been shown to us multiple times over and over and over has led us to Tarantula. Now, you might be thinking, why is Ninsky showing us this random movie poster? Well, it's because the tarantula has been tied to time travel.
Time travel.
This is Back to the Future 3, and this is when Marty goes back to the Wild West. He's standing next to the tarantula poster. But I want to take you back to Dr. No and the James Bond film, because it was a Spyder roadster car that took us here. And what's interesting is, through duality, we can see here that the first car driven by James Bond in that film was the Sunbeam Alpha. Again, just to point out the significance of the Sunbeam Alpine being a roadster, it is famous as the first James Bond car. A roadster. A light blue one. Sunbeam. Where have we seen this before? And what you're looking at now is one of the gang leaders from GTA 2, Sunbeam. He's the leader of the Hare Krishna gang. And the Hare Krishna gang drive a Karma bus. And today I'm going to show you why James Bond is relevant. If we have a look at the cast, we're going to find a specific actress, that being Geraldine Moffat. Now, who is she and why is she important? Well, this is why Rockstar tell us to shoot for the stars. Because if we do, we will understand deeper things and understand the reason why Rockstar do the things that they do. Geraldine Moffat is the mother of Sam and Dan Houser, the creators of Rockstar Games. So it's almost like we're going around and around in circles, just like Karma, right? But as Wispy has said, and as I have said before, we're going around in one grand circle, gaining relevance and understanding along the way. Going back to Sunbeam and the Sunbeam vehicle, we're going to have a look at a scene from the 1971 film starring Michael Caine called Get Carter. And we're going to have a look at
The Fairy Godmother.
You didn't know you had a fairy godmother, did you?
No, frankly, I didn't know that.
A fairy godmother all of your own. Aren't you lucky?
Yeah. So where are we going, Princess?
To the Demon King's castle, of course.
To the Demon King's castle, of course.
Of course, where else? did you know where I'd be?
You were seen parking your car. The Demon King waved his wand, and I was dispatched to bring you to him. Lucky for you, I waited.
Very lucky, I should think. You're drunk.
Nasty.
He must have been pretty sure I'd come.
Oh, he was. He told me a magic spell that would make you come.
And what was that?
We're there now.
Thank God.
Now, recently I was playing Grand Theft Auto Online and noticed that they added a few new jobs. One in particular that sparked my interest was the Vespucci job. Now, notice the marketing tool that they use here, this poster, and exactly why it strikes a very striking resemblance to a movie, okay? Once again, a duality even through the car, be a movie that they're actually strategically telling you to look at, and that being the Italian job. The point here, you guys, is that Michael is not the only Michael to pay attention here to, and that being within the GTA universe, and also the Italian job within
Michael Caine.
Okay, now the point here, you guys, is that Michael Caine is one of the most known actors within
The Austin Powers series, as playing Austin Powers' dad within Goldmember, and he's also known within the Batman series for playing Alfred. Now, I want you guys to understand, all we did was segregate, okay, a key, all right?
Once again, relevance and reasons as to why Rockstar's developer's mother would be driving a Sunbeam Alpine Roadster or a Spyder. So you might be asking, well, that's all good, but how does this actually help anything? Well, I guess I can't really help you in that regard, but what I'm trying to show you guys is relevance, and as to, again, what I said at the start of this video, why they may have chosen a Spyder. So a Spyder was again referenced in GTA 2 and everything else that I showed you. But
Again, this isn't just one coincidence, it's multiple coincidences all tied into one, and why they even gave us an area within Grand Theft Auto 2 called Redemption. Spread the truth.